Leonardo gasped, unable to take his eyes off the girl sitting at the table across the room. Those features, that familiar look, it was like seeing a memory from the past materialize before him. Yet, deep down, he knew it was impossible. A lump tightened in his throat as the past resurfaced with overwhelming force, bringing to light a whirlwind of conflicting emotions and memories that he had tried in vain to bury. Before going on, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss other exciting stories like this one. Stay updated on every new publication and happy viewing. Leonardo was a determined man, always seeking control, both over his own life and over the lives of others. From a young age, he had taken the reins of the family business, a solid and well-established enterprise in Turin, which ensured him a prestigious role within society. His relationship with Marta, however, was born more out of necessity than out of genuine feeling. They had met during adolescence thanks to the ties between their families, both engaged in common business, and marriage had come a few years later, driven more by expectations than by true passion. Leonardo saw marriage as an obligatory step to strengthen family ties, not as a union based on deep feelings. Marta, on the other hand, was a sensitive and independent woman. Although she felt affection for Leonardo, she was not blind to his flaws. Leonardo was authoritarian and possessive, traits that manifested themselves forcefully whenever they were alone. Marta, on the other hand, had always wanted a companion who considered her as an equal, who respected her dreams and ambitions. However, for Leonardo, marriage was a one-way street. She was responsible for managing the house and, above all, for giving him an heir, a male child. This was their destiny, according to him, and Marta knew it well. After 5 years of marriage, however, the long-awaited child did not arrive. Marta, who knew Leonardo's darker side well, did not feel ready to have a child with him. A deep intuition told her that things would not go as she wished, so without confiding in Leonardo, she began taking contraceptives secretly. The thought of giving birth to a daughter only to see her rejected by a father unable to accept her was unbearable to her. Meanwhile, Leonardo, unaware of her secrets, began to harbor suspicions about her. "Are you sure your tests are okay? Maybe there's something wrong with you," he had told her one evening, his tone cold and distant. Marta felt her heart break at that moment, but she remained silent, enduring the pain. Deep down, she knew that their story was about to end. When yet another pregnancy test came back negative, Leonardo made the final decision. "You can't give me a child, you're sterile," he told her bluntly. "Our marriage was a contract, and you didn't keep your end of it." Those words, sharp as blades, marked the end of everything. Marta, hurt and disillusioned, accepted the divorce, knowing that this was not the man she wanted to share her life with. Fate, however, had different plans for the woman. Years later, her path crossed that of Davide, a man profoundly different from Leonardo. With his kindness, care, and sincere love, Davide managed to make her rediscover emotions that she thought were lost, making her feel alive like never before. They got married, and shortly afterward, Marta became pregnant. This time, however, there were no doubts or fears. The child they were expecting would be welcomed with love, regardless of his or her gender. Marta gave birth to a baby girl, Alice, who soon became the center of their world. As she grew up, Alice revealed herself to be a bright, curious, and determined girl. She had a natural talent for mathematics and always excelled in every competition she entered. Marta watched her daughter with pride, remembering how Leonardo had always belittled the intelligence of women. It was a silent but profound victory. In the meantime, Leonardo had married the woman with whom he had cheated on Marta during their marriage. From their union was born Alessandro, a boy with great intelligence and talent, but forced to grow up under the weight of his father's incessant expectations. Leonardo was obsessed with the idea of having an heir who was a reflection of himself, strong, determined, and of course, male. Leonardo had decided to celebrate an important milestone for Alessandro, who had placed second in a prestigious national mathematics championship, by bringing his family to celebrate. Proud as ever, Leonardo couldn't wait to brag to everyone he met that evening. But he couldn't imagine who he would meet in that restaurant. Fate played its cruelest card. 15 years after their separation, fate brought them together again, purely by chance. As he walked between the tables, his gaze fell on Marta, sitting with a man and a girl. Marta recognized him immediately and smiled serenely. "Ciao, Leonardo. It's been a long time," Marta said calmly, without any rancor in her voice. Leonardo, a little surprised but confident, decided to show off his pride. "This is my son Alessandro," she said proudly, pointing to the boy. "He got second place in the National Math Championship. He's incredibly smart, just like his mother." Marta listened to him with a light smile. "Congratulations, really. My daughter is here with me too. Let me introduce her to you." Leonardo followed her with his gaze to the table where Alice, the young woman who had won first place in the same championship, was sitting. In that moment, all his certainties wavered, and the world around him seemed to crumble. He couldn't believe his eyes. Marta's daughter, the daughter he hadn't wanted, had surpassed his long-desired son. His blood ran cold as reality hit him with devastating force. If the story resonates with you, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for the support. Leonardo remained silent, unable to articulate a single word. The girl he had always considered a mistake had become everything he had ever wanted for his son. His deep-rooted sexist beliefs and obsession with having a male heir shattered in the face of a truth as simple as it was shocking. The girl's triumph had affected him deeply, leaving him speechless and forcing him to reconsider everything he had ever believed in. Marta, on the other hand, walked away with her family, her heart filled with serenity and gratitude for the life she had built. The journey, not without obstacles and suffering, had brought her exactly where she had always hoped to be. Next to a man who loved her unconditionally and a determined and full of possibilities daughter, ready to make her dreams come true.